He's always right on time to work, and you're still dark. I bet it must be easy to find somewhere to park.
Yes, sir, you're on the air.
Saving AM radio, it's the Uncle Henry Show. You know you're up when you hear that roll tide roll.
Roll tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan, and don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant moon pies and ugly ties and ill-named football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide Roll.
Roll Tide Roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or sex.
Quit. Cut that out.
Testosterone.
Don't send me things to click.
You can talk football, baseball, and eating meat, tea parties and bringing up children. You can talk city streets, deadbeats, and the way things probably ain't never gonna be. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
What's the matter with you people?
Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Making songs about my mama. Leave my mama out of this now.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. I will return.
Mobile's News Radio 710 WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
And we have some road work going on Cody at Airport Boulevard. Also, we've got a crash with road blockage, Gulf Breeze Parkway at Soundside Drive. And we still have some right lane construction west on I-10 between Grand Bay and the Mississippi state line. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Uncle Henry, could you include the feels like time in more commercial breaks? That way I'd know if I felt like I was running late or I was actually feeling like I was running on time.
Message deleted. Press.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I really do. This show's still an important part of my financial planning. Now, once again, it's Me and you here. It's just the two of us trying to figure out what is going on in the world around. What is going on in the world around us? Can you figure it out? As you know, there was a 60 Minutes report last night about allegedly some type of foreign government with some special new weapon that they could beam things into your head or something. Did you see this? It was on 60 Minutes last night. I ordinarily don't watch 60 Minutes due to it being compromised and biased and all that kind of stuff. But people act so weird today. I wonder, is there somebody with some type of device that is beaming insanity into people? It could be true. That could be. That I'm looking for explanations as to why people have gone so nuts in this country. Maybe there's some type of lunatic ray that they're shooting people with, turning people into lunatics temporarily or permanently. Who knows? But here we are, you and me. Telephone number if you want to say something to me or to the listener, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, I've been out and about today. I haven't been in the studio listening to news and reading news all day. So I can't be an expert on stuff that's been going on over the last 6 or 7 hours. But I did go out and about in the city of Mobile and talk to numerous business people, had some wonderful conversations, but I've noticed an increase in orneriness today. Yes, an increase in orneriness today, and I'm going to attribute it to the flipping the clock forward to daylight saving time. Just the ornery factor out there. Now, we've had, I saw some stat. I don't know if it's a true stat or a fake stat. I don't even know if I can believe stats these days, but I saw a stat. Something like 2/3 of Americans want to lock the clock, allegedly. 2/3 of Americans are tired, allegedly, of flipping and flopping the clock back and forth. And if that's true, then why do you think Congress won't go along? If 2/3 of the people want that, why would the Congress not go along with it? It just goes into another example. There are issues out there that it looks like 2/3 or greater of the public are in favor of, that the Congress they just have other things they just want to be doing up there. More important to make sure that we never find out about their blankual harassment slush fund that they can pay people out that they have blankually harassed. We can't learn about that. I think I saw recently they had some kind of special parade for the dogs of the Senate or something like. Did you see that, where the people in Congress brought their dogs to work and had a special parade? Because it doesn't matter how high ranking you get in life, you still want to be able to waste other people's time and money, apparently. Maybe that's part of human nature. So even when you're in there, instead of doing the important stuff, they're going to have a dog parade. Well, look, daylight saving time. I did get a message from a frequent caller that mentions, I believe, daylight saving time.
Hey, Uncle Henry, Snake Trapper.
Snake Trapper.
Man, I'm madder than an injured skunk on a dirt road, Uncle Henry. Yes.
All right, let's remember this one. Madder than an injured skunk on a dirt road.
Sir, took me about 4, maybe 5 months to get used to this fall back time. And now what they do? They go and spring it forward. Now, man, my body is in chaos, Uncle Henry. I guess it'll take me about...
Snake Trapper's body is in chaos. If you were wondering what's the state of Snake Trapper's body, and sometimes I'm sure that people legitimately wonder, because he's been bitten so many times by venomous animals and rescues possums and other creatures, and we're always worried that maybe he will have venom get him, or bacterial infections, or some type of viral thing will leap from animal to man. But the state of his body is chaos.
Chaos, Uncle Henry. I guess it'll take me about 3, maybe 4 months to get used to it. Man, Uncle Henry, you ever heard of Trump derangement syndrome?
Yes, I have.
Speaking of that James Carville had a absolute meltdown and admitted that he had Trump derangement syndrome. If you hadn't seen that clip, Uncle Henry, look it up. But anyway,
now I'm pausing there just to say, I can't bring myself to watch him anymore. I can't. I mean, he was on TV for many decades, spewing his stuff. I can't do it anymore because he's becoming more reptilian.
Way, Uncle Henry, I got time change syndrome. Yes, sir, and I don't know what it is, Uncle Henry. It just takes my body a little bit to get used to it.
Yeah.
But who's ever responsible for it? I will say there'll probably be 4, 5, maybe 10 or 12 possums killed because you got vehicles that's out on the highway a good hour before sunlight, and everybody knows that's when possums like to roam at night.
That is, we all know that, yes. By the way, put that on your list of unintended consequences of daylight saving time and the flipping and flopping of the clock. More dead possums.
A good hour before sunlight, and everybody knows that's when possums like to roam at night.
That's right.
But man, Uncle Henry, whoever's responsible for this, Uncle Henry,
Congress. Congress has that's under the purview of Congress to handle all weights and measures, including measurements of time.
I don't wish nothing bad on anybody, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if their nose drawed up to their butt and they got the dribbling poops for the rest of their life.
Oh, my Lord.
Lived 100+ years, Uncle Henry.
Wow.
Man, why can't they just leave it alone? Man, it makes me, Uncle Henry, I don't know. I guess about all I could do is ask folks out there in Radio Land to pray for me. I will get used to it, Uncle Henry.
All right.
But I have a feeling that the minute I get used to it, it's going to be about a month or two, and they're going to fall back again.
That's right.
Pick a time and leave it alone.
Thank you.
Have a good day, my buddy.
Yes, Snake Trevor, thank you for, and we could tell, I could hear the effects of this on you mentioned to us your body was in chaos. And I appreciate you as a man admitting this to the public, because a lot of men would want to keep this private. But I appreciate you coming forward and letting everyone know the truth. And I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for everybody adversely affected by this. And it's the Congress. It's another issue that a bunch of people are ready to move on, and they just want to sit up there and have little dog parades and stop us from looking at this document. Oh, you can't see that document.
And we have some road work going on Cody at Airport Boulevard. Also, got a crash with road blockage, Gulf Breeze Parkway at Soundside Drive. And we still have some right lane construction west on I-10 between Grand Bay and the Mississippi state line. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking at the Uncle Henry Show here on the YouTube. Small number of you, but you are wonderful individuals, at least theoretically. Some of you I know definitively are wonderful. Some I have a theory that you are. Bama Big Man, hello to you. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, Pat Nelly. KP of shirtbutter.com, Larry Morting. Thank you all. I appreciate your lookerhood onto the program. The Love Freak 69, thank you very much for looking in. Sharon of Fairhope, thank you for looking in. Thank you, everyone, for looking in. 68-year-old Chris, well, there will be new shows every day this week, but one of them will be recorded tomorrow morning at 8. But that'll probably be Thursday. But 68-year-old Chris, you'll be glad. Jock Wood is coming in Wednesday. And so are 3 other Mobile City Council members. I'm going to have 4 council members at the same time in the studio. So we'll have a fun council roundup Wednesday. But I will be here with new shows all week, but there won't be video Thursday because I've got a show that'll be recorded for Thursday. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that you're plotting things out. trying to figure these things out. Now, let's see. What can I tell you about between now and going back onto the radio show? What can I tell you about? I did see a variety of weirdo news items. Oh, I didn't read this. I want to see what this is about. I found a story that I don't know nothing about. The Target, you remember Target? People used to shop at it until they started wanting to have, all kind of bathroom issues. Target is giving its stores a big refresh as the retailer works to win back shoppers. They are planning to roll out trendier groceries. Trendier groceries, a revamped beauty section, and more sports and pop culture memorabilia. The company says shoppers will start seeing bigger fresh food sections, more new snack and grocery items, and a stronger push for its own Good and Gather brand as it tries to make food a bigger reason people visit. And they're going to have a newly named Fun 101 section with collectibles, toys, sports gear, pop culture, and other garbage that would be a waste of your time and your cash. All right. Now, I am curious about the phrase trendier food. Trendier food. Hey, the new trend. Everybody, the new trend is Oreos made out of paper. Let's go have some. Trendier food. I would like just food priced for a human being that's not a millionaire.
Morning fog, and we'll see a daytime high near 83 degrees. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith for this iHeart Radio station.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Facing production swings or a tough skills gap? Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals makes hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster for contract and full-time jobs. Visit ExpressPros.com.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
The Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. If you'd like to call in about something, 251-479-2723. 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. In the last segment of the show, Snake Trapper called in and he'd left a voice message where he was talking about the negative effects that daylight saving time, the flipping and flopping of the clock, has on his body. I believe he said that it left his body in chaos, which is not good. If your body's never been in chaos, you don't want it. It's not good to have your body. In fact, you want your body to just not even, you don't want to have to talk about your body. That would be a perfect world if we never talked about our bodies publicly, or really the only time we should talk about our bodies is to our spouses or our medical professionals or whoever is, drawing up the will or stuff like that. But other than that, you don't really want to talk about it. Now, before we go off the topic of the flipping and flopping of the clock, which apparently will continue until we all pass, here is a report. This is very brief. This is less than a minute about what it's alleged. The Snake Trapper said his body was in chaos. Here is a news report from WBRC in Birmingham talking about the Snake Trapper's body.
There could be more health risks besides the lack of sleep due to the time change, especially for those with a history of heart disease. Martin Young, a professor in UAB's Division of...
All right, now, so it's a professor talking. That means they want you to really believe it.
Cardiovascular disease says the Monday and Tuesday following the spring forward, there's a 10 to 20% increase in heart attacks.
All right, now look, if this is a true stat, and there's more to this, but I'm sorry I had to pause, but my boss has told me that he wants to hear me talk during the show. I actually had a meeting about that, believe it or not. But this lady just said, what, 10 to 20% increase in heart attacks the Monday and Tuesday after? Well, that alone would be a reason to quit doing it. Why would you keep doing it? Have people dropping from heart attacks and these people in Congress saying, oh, well, too bad. Too bad. Is that the attitude? All right, let me get back to the story. I'm sorry. I'm getting as ornery as Snake Trapper was.
A ton of factors go into this, including the misalignment of our internal clock.
Oh, your clock is misaligned.
When you have sleep deprivation, you're going to get changes in your body, such as increased clotting.
Increased clotting?
And also increased activation of the immune system.
Increased activation of the immune system?
And all of those things can contribute towards having a heart attack or myocardial infarction.
Okay, all of these things can contribute to all those things he said, which are not good. But Congress, they got more important things to do up there, like insider trading. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, let's see. I've received another voicemail about a different topic that I want to get into. The voicemail number is 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Last week, I talked about the Postal Service. And because there's a story about how they say if they don't increase they can only borrow up to $15 billion or something, or something like that, and it's not enough to keep them going. Got a voicemail about the Postal Service.
Hey, it's Pat Nelly.
Someone claiming to be Pat Nelly.
A great afternoon. Hey, listen. You really triggered me last week by talking about the United States Postal Service. That's one of my pet peeves. For some reason, the packages that I'm supposed to receive, which happen to be valuable, I'm talking about thousands of dollars, they never make it to me. I used to think, well, they just put it in somebody else's mailbox or just it's coming. Maybe it'll eventually come. Now, I depend on getting these packages. I really fret when I don't get them. But anyway, about 2 or 3 years ago, there was a woman arrested down at that major center downtown for the United States Postal Service that had stolen $3 million worth of checks out of the mail. She never went to jail. Why did she go to jail? Because she turned in the people she was selling the checks to. Man, I remember if you touched a mailbox wrong, we were scared you'd go to jail. Now,
I'm sorry to pause you, Pat Nelly, or someone claiming to be Pat Nelly. You know, I remember, too, there used to be a lot of talk about how the mail was it was forbidden to ever mess with it as a civilian, just out and about. If you ever would have messed with it, people would talk about it like, boy, you're going to go away. You're going away for years. You don't even open that mailbox. I remember that back in the day. And I also remember when I was a kid, people talked about getting that job as like it was the greatest job on the planet. That was before going postal became a thing. But before that, you may not be old enough to remember this, but before people went postal, people talked about it like, oh, I wish I could get that job. What a great job it is.
just steal whatever's in your packages or deliver it to whomever they want to because they don't care. If it's a Friday afternoon, throw them in a ditch. You can call me a hater all you want, but it's cost me plenty of money. And don't tell me, well, just start using FedEx. Well, they're worser. Let me tell you why they're worser. They're worser because they hire contract people to sort in packages. In Memphis, Tennessee is their major hub. Those people pick those packages up from FedEx take them to their warehouse and sort them, and for some reason, they don't make it back to Memphis, Tennessee hub. Wonder where they're going. In their pocket? I don't know. The only service you can depend on right now, Unc, is UPS. And I hope they stay dependable. Anyways, don't mention the United States Postal Service to me because it'll really tick me off. I hope you have a great afternoon. Spring practice has started, and roll tide.
Roll tide, roll. Pat Nelly, I'm sorry you've had such bad experiences. Now, as I've said many times on the air, I've had the opposite experience. I've always had excellent service, but I've never had anything that valuable sent to me through the mail. Nothing that now I've had checks, but I haven't had anything that valuable like you're talking about. So I haven't had that type of experience with packages. I've just had this general mail delivery that I've had, and I guess that's still good for that. But again, I won't go over all of my discussion of the post office again. If you want to listen to all of that, complaints and suggestions, you can find that on the Uncle Henry Show podcast. Uncle Henry Show podcast available on the iHeartRadio app. Just look for Uncle Henry Show. When you go on the app, you can also, if you're listening to News Radio 710 WNTM on the app, you can actually leave me a voicemail on the app. Just tap the talk back microphone button in the app, and you can leave me a message there on the app.
And we have some road work going on Cody at Airport Boulevard. Also, got a crash with road blockage, Gulf Breeze Parkway at Soundside Drive. And we still have some right lane construction west on I-10 between Grand Bay and the Mississippi state line. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Point Broadband.
In our community, connection matters. Switch to Point Broadband today to get 1 gig fiber internet for just $49 a month, plus a $250 gift card and a 2-year price lock. Fast, reliable, unlimited data, all on a stronger, smarter 100% fiber network. Point Broadband, better than ever.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Investigators are working to figure out what brought down a small plane in Bon Secour Bay, killing 2 people. Gulf Shores police say the aircraft went down west of Gulf Shores International Saturday. The names of the victims have not been released, and Gulf Shores police are now assisting the NTSB. In Tuskegee, a high-profile capital murder trial is now underway. 36-year-old Ibrahim Yazid is accused of kidnapping and killing Anaya Blanchard in 2019. A case that helped lead to Anaya's Law, letting judges deny bond to violent offenders. Prosecutors say video shows Yazid and Blanchard at a gas station in Auburn and then leaving in her Honda CR-V before she was found shot to death in the woods. Defense attorneys say the investigation was tainted and urged jurors to focus on unanswered questions. If convicted, Yazid could face the death penalty or life without parole. For seniors in Mobile struggling with rising rent, a new option is about to open its doors. City leaders cut the ribbon on Live Oak Trace in West Mobile, a $19.8 million 56-unit community on Overlook Road. The 2-bedroom apartments come with modern amenities, a clubhouse, fitness center, an on-site manager, and will offer rental assistance through the Mobile Housing Authority for qualifying seniors on fixed incomes. It's part of a bigger push to add more than 600 new affordable units citywide by 2028. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. As midterm elections draw closer, President Trump with a warning about Democrats.
There's something wrong with those people, and we can't let them ever be in a position where they can lead this country again or destroy this country again, because we almost lost this country.
He spoke at a Republican political event. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer expressing concerns about a prolonged war with Iran.
What does victory even look like? We don't know. Donald Trump is making it up as he goes along. It's almost as if he wakes up each morning and decides right then and there what the strategy for the day is.
7 service members have been killed in the war. 8 are seriously injured. America is listening to Fox News.
Pool and Spa Superstore.
YouTube viewers, let's see, going to be back on the radio here in about 3 minutes. We do have a caller waiting who might be, who knows, they may be pro post office or pro FedEx. We'll find out. And let me take a look and see if there's anybody still watching or not. As I now go to activate the desktop computer. And yes, an even smaller number of people watching the show. Thank you for looking. The Mad Trucker. Bama Big Man, thank you, Love Freak 69 for watching. I appreciate that very much. And Larry Morton, thank you. Yeah, 68-year-old Chris, I saw that Fox 10, all those stations are owned by that company are having an issue with Dish. At this point, does I would think that Dish doesn't have any leverage, would they? I mean, if people would be upset if they if they drop these TV stations like Fox 10. I don't know what leverage Dish has. Not in these modern times. All right, going back on the radio. I hope.
/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710 WNTM. You can also hear me on 95 KSJ FM radio, Monday through Friday. I play country music on 95 KSJ from 10 to 2. Listen to Shelby on 95 KSJ this week to win tickets to see Bailey Zimmerman at the Wharf later this month. Friday the 27th, Bailey Zimmerman will be there. Your chance to win tickets with Shelby every afternoon this week on 95 KSJ. Telephone number to call the Uncle Henry Show is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Hello, caller.
Man, I've been on hold so long I forgot what I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, I could let you. Would you like to hold further or just?
Oh, heck no.
Okay, all right. Well,
Partaker.
Oh, the Partaker's calling in. Yes.
In West Mobile. Yeah.
All right.
Got a little bit under my belt. Let me tell you.
Okay.
I got no more chickens.
Oh, what happened?
Well, a buddy of mine from Agricola came over on Saturday and relieved me of my last 9 remaining birds.
Okay.
It's a godsend.
Oh,
Had them for 8 years.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad to get rid of them for a while.
Now, why? I thought it was just a paradise to live with with chickens and have chickens and stuff like that?
Well, it was for probably about 6 years, but then it kind of got kind of tedious.
Oh,
With health issues and stuff like that, it gets kind of tedious on trying to maintain, upkeep. When they don't lay, it's kind of a problem, you know, when you have to buy feed and keep everything clean and stuff like that, and they don't lay.
Yeah.
It's kind of bothersome.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, I got rid of them, so that was good on that. But I had mentioned on Friday on your Facebook. I heard on the news today that we have 7 service members now that have been killed.
Right.
Over in the war. What happened to the 7th one? I wasn't aware of that today.
I just heard about it myself about an hour ago and haven't heard the details yet either.
Mm-hmm. Well, the 6 that got killed a week ago, I was stationed at that base 23 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 2023, 2024. Yeah. Miserable place. Yeah, that base, Camp Arifjan, Kuwait, was actually built for American forces to stay there in a brigade-size element to rotate there for a year. And when I was there, it was supposed to house about 3,000 people.
Yeah.
When we were ramping up for Iraqi freedom, we had over 20,000 there. You can imagine what that was like.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, hey, I really enjoy your show. When were you on Comcast when back on Moffett Road?
1989, 1990, 1991.
Well, that's how long I've been partaking you. You used to come down there to your show.
Wow, oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Used to give you hell, too.
Well, look, I appreciate the people that actually showed up for that. I have deep appreciation for, and I love the fact that you would tell me that and let me know, because you have made my day. Let me know that.
Yeah, me and my brother and a few of his friends. But yeah, it was always enjoyable. You had Reggie and police down there, and Reggie, Lamb Chop, all them. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Really some good times down there. Yeah. And I always used to enjoy all the rules that you would say at the beginning of the show, things you cannot do.
Well, I've tried to reinstitute those kind of rules, but people in modern times, now that it's since then, people are super offended. People get really offended by any kind of rule or anything like that when it comes to calling the show.
Well, I think my favorite callers, the guy from DIP.
Okay, Buford.
Buford.
Yeah.
And the guy out from Wilmer.
Snake Trapper?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I like to meet those guys. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, keep listening. There may be a day where we could all meet up somewhere this year. So just keep listening, and I'll let you know well in advance.
Definitely. Appreciate you, Unc.
All right. Partaker, thank you for listening for so many years. That is, I really do appreciate that very much. Hello, caller.
Good evening, Henry.
Cliff, hey, before you talk, is this your wife's birthday?
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday to your beautiful wife, Denise. She's a wonderful human being. You did so good.
Amen.
You did so good
You know
getting
what
her.
You know what she said?
What?
I say, I'm finna go and get you something for your birthday. she didn't know she thought I forgot early about 12. And she says, don't worry about my birthday right now. You important, not me. She was talking about my knees and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And, man, she says, don't worry about nothing for my birthday. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to limp right out here and surprise her.
Okay, well, good. Good.
Okay, Henry, what I want to say is, everybody is saying that Donald Trump has no ideas, no plans, no nothing. This guy is the most strategic guy I ever seen in my life. This man has got 9 different things going on, and when they moved the lady from the FBI,
from Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem.
When they moved her, they put her over something that was already in effect, and they had 9 or 10 different countries signing on like they will sign on for the UN.
Right.
But they know the UN is not going to do anything. Also, when he did Kuwait, Venezuela, or Cuba, and what he's doing in Iran now, he's blocking all the oil from China and Russia. These people need that stuff real bad to continue trying to take over the world. And Iran was feeding them that and getting all kind of missiles and stuff like that. These people don't understand that this man and the people that behind him, they are exceptionally gifted when it comes to war. He's blocking off everything, even the fact that I listened at this last night. Cuba is ready to give up and talk. Mexico is get ready to give up and talk. All the other countries around are turning against Iran and everything, and he done blocked all the oil, and pretty much he got everything under control. But they won't tell you this. It's not nice. You got 6 people or more get killed in war. But like I said before, I remember when we went to Afghanistan, they was claiming 100,000, 950, 40 every day. That's all they did was tell you how many people were being killed. Right now, they got so much going on, they can only tell you every now and then how many people being killed, because it's not a big issue now. It's just the fact that he's bad and don't know what he's doing.
Hey, Cliff, gotta go to break.
Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
On I-10 West, watch for congestion in Pensacola between I-110 and Pensacola Boulevard. We also have congestion on I-10 East getting into the tunnel in Mobile. Delays have backed up almost to South Broad.
YouTube viewers, if you're still there, thank you for watching. And I will be wishing an on-air, on the radio, happy birthday to Mrs. Bama Big Man, who's also celebrating her birthday today. Multiple wives of callers celebrating birthdays today for the Uncle Henry Show. Now, let me see. I'll go back real quick. Yes, I struggle each time to find the dadgum YouTube. I must reactivate it on my desktop. And there, small number of viewers. Nelson, nice to see you, Nelson. Thank you all for looking in. Now, what can I tell you about while I'm waiting to go back on the radio? Let me get back to the weird news. And I'm sure there is plenty today, even though I did not check in advance. Back on the radio in 3 minutes. On Friday, a judge in Pennsylvania had to call a mistrial. There was a man that was on trial for killing a dog owned by the neighbors at his hunting camp. And during the lunch break of this trial, somebody at the court had a therapy dog and accidentally dropped the animal's leash, and it wandered into the jury room where the entire jury just loved all over the dog, petted the dog. And so the judge had to declare a mistrial because he thought that the jury would be influenced by the dog going into the jury room. He's probably right. Now, this makes me wonder if this was a clever ploy by the attorney for the guy that's accused of shooting a dog. Now, there's a man that is no longer alive. A man broke into an apartment in Honolulu, and there was a 66-year-old man and a 54-year-old woman in there. The suspect broke in and refused to let them leave, and so police arrived to investigate, and the suspect decided to just run and leap off the balcony to avoid being arrested. And that was not a good move. In New Jersey, a man tried to rob Miraconcito. Well, I can't even pronounce the name of the restaurant. A man tried to rob the restaurant. The man that was trying to rob the restaurant did not speak English at all. The cashier at the restaurant, even though it had a Spanish name, the cashier at the restaurant did not speak Spanish at all. The cashier only spoke English. The guy trying to rob the restaurant tried to use Google Translate to rob. He tried to use his smartphone and Google Translate to rob the restaurant, and eventually got frustrated and ran away because he could not get them to understand that he was robbing them.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeart radio station.
Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes, and then more Uncle Henry Show. Now, last week, let's see, Lamiac, the Lamiac newspaper locally, did a big story about coyotes in Mobile, city of Mobile. Coyotes infiltrating the city of Mobile, taking over the city of Mobile. And longtime caller Buford, who lives off DIP, he was talking about how he is trying to trap, I think, a couple of big coyotes in his backyard. And he, over the weekend, Buford sent me video of the coyotes from this this camera he has set up. This is, I unfortunately, radio still can't share video. We're working on it, but right now we still are only sound. I cannot send a picture through the radio. The video, very, I would also be alarmed. They were bodaciously sized coyotes. And he also sent me a recording of what he says are coyotes yelping behind his sister's house. Let me see if I can share with you his audio of the coyotes yelping behind his sister's house. No, well, I don't know if you could hear them or not, but sounded like some coyotes back there yelping and hollering. Now, Buford said that he's getting professional advice from a trapper, a professional trapper in Alberta. And I asked him if he was giving the guy in Alberta any advice, reciprocal advice, like how to protect yourself if you came to Mobile and tried to buy gas like at 2 a.m. What would you give any safety advice? And so Buford did answer that question.
Henry, this here's Buford. Henry, listen to your radio program. You mentioned that fellow that gave me some trapping tips from Alberta if he'd asked me about safety and getting gas for Mobile. And that got me thinking, Henry, let me tell you this. Fire is severely and totally underplayed and underused as a self-defense option.
Fire?
Couple
Now, am I supposed to keep a flamethrower with me?
years ago, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, so to say, and I witnessed a robbery go down, to use a slang term. Henry, one meth head was trying to rob another meth head at gunpoint. Well, the robbing meth head had a very big surprise. The meth head that was being robbed, and I don't know why he had this in his hand at the time, but he's a meth head, and they have odd things that make no sense in their possession. Henry, the meth head had a Gatorade bottle and threw it all over the meth head doing the robbing. And when that liquid hit that meth head doing the robbing, he just stopped in his tracks, and the sheer terror went over his face. Because, Henry, that was gasoline.
Oh.
And then the meth head being robbed flicked a lit cigarette upon the robbing meth head.
So there was a meth head that was smoking a cigarette, and also in his other hand had a Gatorade bottle full of gasoline. All right. I guess this probably doesn't happen in Alberta as often as it might happen in other places.
Set them ablaze like a Roman candle, Henry. And yes, I'm talking about the original Roman candles where the Romans used to tie people to posts and set them on fire and light up their streets at night. And so, Henry, I tell you what, if you are in a gas station and you're about to be robbed, just take the nozzle out of the car and spray whoever is robbing you down with gas.
Now, wait a second. Now, I watched a clip from a Jason Statham movie where two men tried to beat him up at a gas pump, and he used the gas thing to beat one guy, but he didn't spray any of them with gas. In fact, he just beat them up. Jason Statham doesn't do that.
If they shoot you, the muzzle flash will set them ablaze. And, justice will be done. But, Henry, I ain't never seen anybody stopped in their tracks like that dude when he had gas thrown him. I'm telling you, it is definitely a game changer. Henry, fire needs to be utilized more in self-defense. It's just my opinion. Anyway, Henry, you have a good day.
All right, well, Buford, how would you do that? How would you utilize fire in your self-defense? Most of us don't want to carry around a thermos of gasoline. All right, and caller, sorry, out of time for this hour of the Uncle Henry Show. There is more Uncle Henry Show coming up after the news break.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. Everyone sprung forward this past weekend from Standard Time to Daylight Saving Time. Most people abhor the time change, but believe it or not, the time change is a congressional issue. Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution grants Congress control of, quote, weights and measures. That's why Congress set up time zones and modernized the current time-shifting system between Standard Time and Daylight Saving Time, passing the Uniform Time Act in 1966. Congress came close to eliminating the time change in 2022. The Senate unexpectedly approved the Sunshine Protection Act. It called for the abolition of daylight saving time, but the measure never made it through the House. Another bill introduced last month is called the Daylight Act. It moves clocks forward a half hour. That would end seasonal changing of the clocks, but the bill remains stuck in committee. If lawmakers get their way, this would be the last time that the U.S. changes its clocks. But Congress right now is grappling with other issues, and even on a topic like switching the clocks, time is running out. With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
I might suggest a new, if Congress controls all measurements of time, why don't they just give us an extra hour? Just to add a 25th hour. All right. I'm out of time, and I'm for this hour, and I don't have congressional authority to do anything about that. I'm turning off the camera, but there's more show coming up on News Radio 710 WNTM AM radio. Thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with you. Have a pleasant evening and a pleasant tomorrow.